The thing that keeps us trapped in not delegating things, some of it's lack of trust, right? That can happen. I think some of it's also fear. Hey everybody, welcome to the Leader Lab. This is Leadership Shorts, quick thoughts to help you level up your leadership. My name is Chad Wright. I'm the founder of Forward Partners, and I'm joined as always by my partner in podcasting, Emily Grace Deal. Emily Grace Deal, what are we talking about today?
On a recent episode of our other show, Leading Thriving Cities.
Our hit show, yes. Leading Thriving Cities. Just want to throw that out there.
Our guest, Emily Crawford, said, "What is it that only I can do?" In the last episode, we talked about prioritizing and taking the time necessary to do the most important work we can do as leaders.
Yes.
What insight does this quote kind of give us?
So this quote, "What is it that only I can do," is a quote every leader should be asking all the time. I think Emily mentioned that she got this from the book Essentialism by Greg McKeown, and we've quoted him a few times. He's got a great podcast. I love this idea because it really allows us to prioritize as leaders and make sure we're not in the weeds.
Yeah.
This is one of the biggest things I see leaders do, that it just drains the life from the leader, drains the life from the employees, everybody involved. When you got a leader who's coming way down and dealing with details they should have no business dealing with, if they trusted their people, the way to stay out of that is, what is it that only I can do? And if only I can do it, that is my task. That is my priority.
Right. I think that my favorite piece about this is, even if you do it once, even if in that moment that relieves some stress or pressure from either the leader who's going down to help or from the person who they're helping, that's one task. Yeah. If the leader continues to do that, that's when they're going to get burnt out real fast.
And it develops muscle memory where it happens often.
And then the person down here is going to become accustomed to it.
Yep.
And then they're also going to, get annoyed because their leader is constantly over their shoulder, fixing their thing, doing something to it, So, I think it's long term is where that becomes really stressful.
It does. It becomes highly stressful. And so this question can help focus our leaderships. It's kind of like when you're maybe sadistic kid. I don't know if kids do this anymore, but you get the magnifying glass to focus the sun to set ants on fire. It's a pretty great
Sid.
hobby. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. Well, he was setting toys on fire, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Talking about Toy Story?
Yes.
Yeah, no, we were just setting ants on fire. Nobody likes ants. Let's be honest here. You had an account with ants the other day. You don't like ants.
I don't like ants.
So nobody likes ants. But it is that tight focus, right? I think that when you think of our leadership potential as that sun, if it's not focused, it does a very, very different thing. There's a different effect, right?
Yeah.
And so that focus of what can only I do matters a lot. We kind of went through this actually yesterday. We sat down as a team with a whiteboard, and I'm a firm believer, get a group of human beings and a whiteboard, you can solve anything, right? And we kind of mapped out my capacity to really understand, how limited is my capacity, actually, and it's far more limited than we thought. Actually, Emily, I keep referring to her as other Emily. That's probably not the right way to refer to her, but other Emily commented on how it really took an entire year of potential and really whittled it down to just a handful of days that we get to really choose what we want to do with them.
Yeah.
And so understanding that capacity, though, really hit me, and I paired it up with this question, and it drove me to say, okay, in that very limited time we have available, what can only I do?
Right.
What is that I need to be focused on as the leader at my level that nobody else can do?
Yeah, we can handle the rest.
And that's the truth, right? Is if you're building your team up and you trust them, they're capable, they're talented, you trust them, you've built that, you got high five, you've got this. If you've built that up, then there really is that trust to say, I'm going to let go of everything that I don't need to be focused on. And this was really clarifying for us. It really helped us understand, what do we say yes to? What do we say no to? And there's some things we're going to start saying no to that we have not historically said no to.
Right.
And I think understanding that is really helpful, and it's guided by that question. What is it only I can do? And I think and so this is like most things, such a simple idea, but also incredibly hard.
I was going to say other Emily. Emily Crawford did say that this is
okay,
easy.
So we got Emily. We got other Emily. Is Emily Crawford other Emily?
To be fair, she might have been here before, but that's fine.
I have too many Emilys in my life. Let me just throw that out there. So if your name is Emily and you want to join this little craziness, Sorry, we're all booked up on Emily's. There's no vacancy. That's an even tangent we just went on.
Yeah, but I was just going to say that Emily also said that this is not easy. So she agrees.
She did. Like, it really is so difficult to do. But it is so key as well. And I think it's just one of those simple things we need to be thinking about all the time. Because here's what's going to happen is we're going to have a really focused next 12 months. Because we did that work to understand what is it I truly need to be focused on, and where do we as a team need to step up and get different things done. It's really going to be pretty magical, but it takes that intentionality. It really does.
Totally.
Leaders, let's talk next steps. 1, there is a limit to the Emilys you can have in your life. They're amazing, but it gets confusing. 2, really stop and ask the question, what can only I focus on? Sorry, it's the end of a long day of recording. We're going off the rails. Really focus on what can only you do? What can only I do? That is going to help you choose, is this the right thing for me or not? And if you are unable to hand things off to your team, stop and examine why. Is it a lack of trust? Is it fear? Is it your own sense of self-worth getting in the way and actually holding you back from achieving better things? But that question right there, kind of identify your capacity and, how am I going to feel that? Hopefully with only things you can do as a leader to push the organization forward, to push the team forward. Emily, thank you for bringing this quote. Deeply appreciate getting to do this podcast with you. We have a blast, right?
Yeah.
If people want to send us questions, they want to send us things to dive into and dissect, where do they send that to?
lab@forwardpartners.net.
lab@forwardpartners.net. If they want to find us online, where we have LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, we're putting out leadership content all the time. Where do they find that?
@forwardpartner.
@forwardpartner. Thank you very much for doing this.
Thank
I really
you.
am having a blast. John, thank you for producing. And once again, thank you for your patience putting up with our goofiness. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Share this with other leaders. This is such a great quote. And we'll also link, by the way, the conversation to Leading Thriving Cities, because it's a great, great conversation we have with Emily. A lot of wisdom in there with other Emily. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time right here in the Leader Lab for Leadership Shorts.